So these are the ingredients I will be using to make my low carb meatballs. And of course you can adjust this recipe based on your own taste buds. So first I will be using 2 egg whites, or you can use a whole egg. And then I use 135-calorie Aunt Millie bread, which is 6 calories per serving, and I use one of those. Or you can use 1/4 cup of oatmeal or 1/4 cup of any type of breadcrumbs that you like. And then I use half a cup of onions, half a cup of red peppers, and half a cup of green peppers. And then I have 2 cups of regular tomato sauce, and mine is with no sodium. You can use whichever type of tomato sauce you like. And this is what I will be seasoning my tomato sauce with. You can leave it plain. I will be using some cayenne pepper, some garlic and herb, and some Italian seasoning. And this is where you can adjust it based on your own taste buds. And then these are the seasonings that will go inside of the ground chicken. And it is 2 cloves of garlic, chopped, black pepper, Italian seasoning, cayenne pepper, all-purpose no sodium seasoning, paprika, tablespoon of Parmesan cheese, and I will be using around 2 pounds of ground chicken breast. So we're going to go ahead and get started with combining all of these ingredients together. So I put the 2 pounds of ground chicken into a bowl, and then I'm going to go ahead and add all my ingredients. And I have on gloves because you got to get in there and mush in it. And I have all these extra gloves anyway, so I'm just going to dump in the onions and peppers. And I preheated the oven at 350. And then I'm dumping in the breadcrumbs. Then I'm going to go ahead and put in my egg whites. Parmesan cheese. All-purpose seasoning. Paprika. Cayenne pepper. Italian seasoning. And I like to over season my food, you guys, because I don't use salt. So you can definitely slow down with the seasonings if you like. And then fresh garlic, and garlic have great health benefits. So I love to use fresh garlic in my food. And then some black pepper. And then now I'm going to go ahead, get in here and mix it all together. Okay, you guys, so I mixed it all together. Now I'm going to go ahead and make meatballs and put them on a baking sheet. And I sprayed it really good. Now, you can go ahead and eyeball the measurements. Or if you want all of the meatballs to be the same size, try to use something that can give you an estimate per meatball. So I'll go ahead and take a scoop, flatten it out. And now you can make these meatballs as big or as small as you like. My pan makes about 12 to 16. So I'm going to go ahead and roll them up and place them on the cookie sheet, and then I will be back. This made 12 meatballs, so I'm going to go ahead and pop these in the oven, and it has been preheated at 350 degrees, and I'm going to cook it for about 15 minutes and then pour on the tomato sauce. 15 to 20 minutes when it's more than halfway done, and then I will be back to show you guys the next step. So while the meatballs are in the oven cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get started on my tomato sauce or pasta sauce. Now, you can use regular pasta sauce, but know that using regular pasta sauce has more carbs. It is 3 carbs per half a cup of tomato sauce. So just keep that in mind if you're not watching your, and it's lower calories. So if you're not watching your calories and carbs, just use regular pasta sauce. But once you season the tomato sauce, it tastes just like pasta sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my Italian season, my garlic and herb. And you guys, there's no particular measurements here. I think that's like half a teaspoon or a whole teaspoon. I'm not sure. I'm going to go ahead and mix it all together. So my meatballs have been cooking for 15 minutes and there's not any fat really to drain because it's ground chicken breast. But if you use ground turkey, make sure you drain all the extra fat. And I'm going to go ahead and just pour the sauce. So I went ahead and poured the whole 2 cups of tomato sauce on the meatballs. And as you guys can see, is more than extra left. And the reason I did that is because this is a meal prep. So when I heat up my food the next day, it won't be dry because I will have the extra tomato sauce to heat it up in. So that's why I use extra. And if you don't want to use extra, you don't have to. You can go ahead and stick with 1 cup if you like. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the oven at 350 degrees for another 10 to 15 minutes, and then I will be completely done. Okay, you guys, so I am now all done with the chicken meatballs, and they are piping hot. So let me go ahead and give you guys the stats per meatball. It is 135 calories, 6 grams of fat, 3 net carbs, and 16 grams of protein. So on my low carb days, I normally will have just 2 meatballs, just plain or with some vegetables. And on my normal carb days, I like to put a half a cup of brown rice, take some of the tomato sauce, pour it over the rice, and have 2 meatballs with some vegetables. Now you can store this in the refrigerator for about 4 days, 4 to 5 days, but I personally like to put it in a freezer safe container and just pop them in a freezer just to make sure they stay nice and fresh. So I'm going to go ahead and plate one up because you guys, I'm not going to look at these meatballs and not have one. And I'm going to grab me some extra sauce. And I'm going to be a little bit naughty because I'm in maintenance. And I can eat a little bit of extra calories. Put me a little bit of Parmesan cheese. So hot, but I want one. So it looks like inside. Give it a taste. You guys, please try this recipe and come back and comment. It is so juicy, so moist. It's just perfection. Oh my goodness, y'all. All right, let me finish eating this. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.